to tell us the truth. So now that I know better that that basically we appropriated money and they misused it. So I think just in fairness that they should reimburse the taxpayers of this county, because we shouldn't furnish them a Tahoe or a brand Explorer and give them gas and new tires and brakes. And they also receive in their paycheck up to $20,000 a year, and that's $780 a paycheck. And I can tell you today that there's not a whole lot of county employees that bring home more than $780 a paycheck. And that's just what they were getting in a car allowance.
And the audit will either confirm it or it won't.
Commissioner Moore, are you done?
Yes.
Commissioner Norman.
Richard Walls, could you respond to what action would the audit take, or what kind of recommendations would we likely receive based on the fact that this did indeed take place, and when would we receive that?
John's correct. The audit is complete, and based on responses from the mayor's office and the state, the draft has been revised. And in fact, I just delivered it this morning, so we're going to be waiting on a response from the mayor's office before we can complete the final report and issue it. The basic information will be reported factually, citing the different codes, charter, TCA references, and will be referred to our law director for his opinion.
Commissioner Kate.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Again, I really don't know if I agree or disagree with this. Here's what I do know. I bet this is going to end up being adjudicated in a court of law. And it worries me that we at least know one of the people you refer to as retained counsel. I would suspect others have. And it worries me that we pass something that might have an effect one way or the other on that lawsuit. And I don't saying agree or disagree. I'm just saying we may be a little in front of the curve.
Mr. Law Director, if the report comes back from Mr. Walls that says that laws or ordinances were broken, would you have the right, being the law director, to pursue this with or without commission approval or telling you what to do? Is this something that you could, if say in a couple of weeks, in your opinion, you feel that it is something that you should pursue, would you have to wait for this body to act, or is that something that you could even decide on your own?
If this body, well, basically, if the recommendation is that the law director study it, issue an opinion, that's what I'll do. Do I need specific direction from this body? Probably not. I'd like to have it at the appropriate time. Now, this resolution, in my opinion, again, is premature. As Commissioner Kate says, we're a little ahead of the curve. There is a response time that Mr. Walls is giving the mayor's office, and once they've had the opportunity to do that, then I believe the audit will be not just in draft form, it will be finalized, and then it can be submitted to me for my opinion or for possible action, or both. Doesn't necessarily mean that there'll be a lawsuit. Sometimes discussions are had that lead to resolutions to matters, and I would hope that would be If it comes to that, if a resolution is needed as a result of the audit, I would hope that that would be the course of action that the parties would take.
If this body were to pass this this resolution that Commissioner Moore is proposing today or come Monday, and when the report finally comes from the internal auditor, and it's of your opinion that we should not proceed with legal action, would you have to bring that back to us, or would you have to continue on with legal action?
I'm not sure at this point. Why don't we just wait and see what the final audit is?
Well, that's what I think too. But I'm just asking in case this does pass today or Monday.
Well,
where does that leave us?
It leaves you with a resolution with, as currently stated, without any teeth. I mean, I understand it would be the opinion of Chairman Moore that these auto allowances should be reimbursed. I'm not sure that it's called for yet. Like I say, I haven't seen the audit, and I frankly am going to wait for the final audit, and then if we need to study it any further, we will. If we need to discuss it any further, we will. We'll take whatever action then is necessary in order to resolve it.
Commissioner Norman.
I would like to make a substitute motion that we defer this based on recommendation by our law director until the time of the report by the auditor.
Have substitute motion to defer until we have the report from the auditor, which could mean next month or even a month after that. Richard, when do you expect to have this report done?
I've given them 2 weeks to respond, which would be August 31st.
So without a special called meeting, then we'd have to wait till the September meeting. Okay, do I hear a second? I have a second to defer this until we hear back from the auditor's report. Commissioner Moore.
Question. Mr. Owens, I think through finance records of payroll, and we know people had a county earned or county furnished vehicle, what would you need the audit to say that would convince you that we shouldn't ask for this money back? I mean, if they come back and say, well, it was supplemental pay, but in the line item budget that we passed, it says auto travel or auto allowance, I think is what it says. So, I mean, if they come back and say, well, it was a supplemental pay, we work hard and we deserve it, and what difference does that make if it's in the line item budget that this commission approves that says auto allowance, and if they haven't moved the money from one account to another without this commission approval? I mean, we know they got it. I just don't understand what we're waiting on for the audit to come back. I mean, the audit could say several things. But for this one issue, I think we need to start addressing it for the taxpayers. That we, I mean, I feel like I was fooled because I didn't realize that, when you look at an auto allowance, you think someone's up there getting an auto allowance for a car, I mean, for business use while they're out conducting business for the taxpayers of this county. But in fact, they were getting both. So, I think with this one issue that this commission should be upset just that we wasn't told the truth. So I'll be voting no on whatever the substitute motion is, because I think we should move forward.
Commissioner Pinkston.
Would it not be possible, the audit, I believe Richard said it'd be 2 weeks, to pass this with the amendment on it, that if it comes back negative against the administration, that the law director act on it immediately?
Well, I think that was somewhat what the law director referred to or talked about just a minute ago is